So I have no electricity, which means I have no internet. And I have no backup system. I've been wanting to get a backup system for years, but they're kind of expensive. I'd have to get one of the power boxes that only recently became useful, uh, um, or set up a new solar power system, which would be also acceptable. Although the problem is with this hurricane, there hasn't been any light. All yesterday there was no light, and then I was using it at a computer at night. The whole system shut down, which probably means my inverter transformer uh, is shut off. And I would have to go up a ladder to get to it to press a button to turn it back on. I don't want to do that because I'm afraid I'll fall off the ladder. My legs are still fairly weak. I could probably do it. I think I'm strong enough now. But I already didn't like that ladder in the first place. And I don't really like going up ladders when I'm by myself anyway. And I'm very by myself. That's, again, a huge risk. It's dangerous to be by yourself, uh, especially if you're already injured. So I'm not going to go up that ladder, I don't think. I'm hoping my friend shows up and works tomorrow. Uh, he helps me out on Mondays. But in my phone just says I can only make emergency phone calls and doesn't respond to my attempts to put in a phone card. Luckily, I bought a phone card in town the other day, although unfortunately I don't know how to put it in, or my phone is configured in a way that I can't put it in, or Telcel has turned my phone off because I never buy time. And that's also possible, that they've just decided, okay, your phone is deactivated, you need to go in and get your SIM card updated or something. Anyway, so I have no way to call anyone, and so I actually can't, I'm unwilling to climb up that ladder and push that button that would turn back on a solar power system that would still be really weak since it's so cloudy. And the batteries are probably just totally thrashed now. They're old. They're way past, the normal lifespan of batteries. They got to be replaced. The brand of battery is no longer available. I need to contact an electrician to find out, with the brand that I can get a hold of, how would I hook it up, or would he come down from the city he lives in and hook it up for me? And I have no money to pay for all that. The batteries are pretty expensive. In the past, it's been like, I think, I don't know, $1,300 to replace all the batteries. There's 8 batteries. And I'm thinking with the new ones that are bigger, it might be 4 or something. They're also heavier, and so I'm going to have a hard time putting them up, like hauling them up this ladder thing to install them. So I'm basically just too weak to fix my own system financially and physically. Uh, I don't know what is going to happen if I can't fix it, if I'm just offline. I mean, I could drive into town and let somebody or get somebody to let me use their wireless and or fix my phone. Or I guess I could use wireless with my computer. I did that once before, a long time ago, when my batteries went bad. This was 8 years ago or something. I think I got 8 years out of these batteries, and normally people get 4. So this is, what I mean when I talk about the fragility of the system, is that there's just no backup. And I've put myself in this position where I'm just weak, and I'm happy about it. I'm exploring what is the equivalent of poverty, and it's sort of voluntary poverty. You know, um, I could probably bail on this whole thing, and I don't know, but if I can fix some systems up, I can get back on track and take the outside world more seriously and reconnect to civilization. Um, do things like fix up my banking issues, get a job. Getting a job would be the obvious choice. Duh, get a job. That would fix everything. Money fixes everything. So I am happy, I guess, that I've gotten to this point. It's a little embarrassing because I used to be successful and stuff, and I'm a pretty smart guy. But I'm also happy that that I'm finding out what the minimum is that I need and how far I can push things. You know, because like I have no driver's license, I have no insurance, my car is not registered anywhere. Uh, I don't have anybody to help me, and having two people is always better than one. Just even in a normal life in the city, being alone just makes it so that it's more difficult to do things and more lonely and less fun. So yeah, I'm happy I've pushed myself further than anybody else I know voluntarily, you know. And then the physical challenges are still there, but those will eventually go away. Uh, I guess without internet, I will not be able to, or without electricity, I won't be able to charge my devices, so my phone's going to die. The batteries in my video camera will die, and I won't have any way to clear off my CF cards anyway to my computer. So I'm just going to be out in the woods with, notebooks and a pen, which is actually a great thing. People will probably worry about me, so I will have to drive into town. I actually can't drive into town while the hurricane is here, or with all this rain, because my van will slip on the steeper parts of the road, and I'll lose control of the vehicle. And also, I won't be able to get home because I won't be able to go back up the hill. And that's happened to me. I've had to leave my van on a road and walk home. And sometimes my van's blocking the road, which is very, very bad because people don't appreciate that kind of thing, And they might just kind of push my van off the road. Hi, cutums. Hi there. Don't be shy with me. I'm your buddy. Hi. Oh, are you going to fall down? Get your belly rubbed? So that puts me even more stuck. And I guess the other option is I could walk into town, which I've done exactly once before since the accident. And it was the most exhausting, hard walk I've ever taken in my life. And then I'd have to walk even further and get somebody to give me the favor of letting me connect up with their Wi-Fi and let people know that I'm okay, relatively speaking. But I still have the problem. I think, the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. And my friend will show up and he'll push the button on the thing and I'll have internet again. And I'll be back in the really weak position that I'm normally in. But really, I have to solve this more permanently. The job I want to get is this place. I want to have people that pay to come here and not just send me mail that they'll come and volunteer, because that doesn't pay the bills. Their volunteering doesn't let me buy things in the hardware store or buy dog food either. So that's the job I want. And right now, I think I'm getting $184 a month on Patreon, and then I get another under 100 of PayPal donations. And that is just not enough to do anything here. It's not enough for me to hire help that I need for planting. And I'm in this optimal window for planting. And so, but the sun will come out tomorrow, and I'll get back online. The magic fix is that I give up on having this be my job and I get a job online, preferably one that pays a reasonable amount. And that's okay. That's a normal thing to do. I have better internet now, although I don't have good electricity. But if I get a job, then I can get better electricity again installed and then have fast enough internet to be working, and that would be fine. It's not really my preference. I love this place. I want to focus on it full time. I want to be able to host people who are paying to be here or looking for their own funding. If they don't want to pay for themselves, they shouldn't ask me to pay for them. They should fundraise. I actually had people who are fundraisers come here and say, we want to come there and we don't want to pay, but we'll fundraise for you. Well, why don't you fundraise your trip and then pay for the place you go to in an impoverished area? If you're such a great fundraiser. Or other people who say, I'm a social media manager and I can come and help you with your social media. And I look at their social media accounts and they have like nobody following them hardly. I do quite well with social media. I obviously know more than this, 22-year-old who's decided they're a social media guru. So people don't have a lot to offer me in most cases, and what they can offer me is cash. And in that case, I have a heck of a lot to offer them. So anyway, I got to one way or the other get myself out of this this place I'm stuck in. The puppy's doing funny things. Puppies are just great. I was debating whether to get this puppy or not because I got enough problems, But this little puppy is fixing one of the biggest problems I have, which is motivation. It feels good to have somebody to take care of and watch, be funny, and play with, and it gives me a sense of responsibility. And so adopting this little puppy who would have instead, had a shitty life in town and been one more skinny dog that dies young, I'll take care of this little rescue puppy. So I think that was actually a good move because I have been so stressed for so long in a number of ways due to the accident. And then before that, it's been, 6 or 7 years since I was flush with cash. And I do other things to make a bit. I mean, the reason I've survived is because I do other things that I don't want to talk about to make a little tiny bit of money, but it's not much. It just scrapes me by, And so I get desperate all of a sudden when I have no dog food or I don't have enough to pay for internet. So that's where I'm at. Story of my life at 2021. I guess it's June. It's been in one more month. It'll be 2 years since the accident, and I'm just getting back to be able to do things, even though I still can't really walk down to the lodge without thinking about it. It's a trip, It's a trip to go down there. We shall see what happens.